Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to go from this on the left to this on the right. Starting with climate control and daytime moisturizer. I already put those on before the video started. And then I use foundation in Dewy. And the cool part about our foundation is that it has skincare in it. So you might be putting makeup on, but you're still getting the benefit of having skincare in it. And here I just put 2 pumps onto a brush and then apply all over, blending and buffing it in. So next I'm going to use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in Alabaster. I like this because it gives a really good coverage and it has a wand to apply it with. I put it under my eyes, along the bridge of my nose, a little bit along the sides of my nose just to cover some redness, and also a little on my forehead, just the areas where I want it to be a little bit lighter. I like to buff it in a little bit with my finger. I feel like it gives me a little bit more control and I can kind of get it in the places that I want it. And then I go in with a brush and kind of stipple and buff it out a little bit more. I also like to put a little bit of it underneath my eyebrows and a little along my, as you'll see when I buff it in on my eyelid, just to kind of create a base for when I put my shadow on. Next, I'm going to go in with a foundation tester in the shade Cinnamon, and I've just put it along my cheekbones, a little along my forehead, and a few little bits along my jawline, just to kind of create a thinner illusion. I buff it in with my blush brush, and it really just gives a nice bronzy look. The next thing that I use is our Blushsense, and this is in the shade Cherry. We do have 6 shades. I just put a little bit on a brush, and as you can see, it really is just a tiny little bit. It is so pigmented that you don't need very much, and it does blend out really well. One of my favorite things to use is this Pearlizer. It is a foundation, so it will come actually in a foundation pump, and a little bit does go a long way. As you can see, it just gives this really pretty dewy finish. I go along my cheekbones and then a little bit on my nose. Some people will do it in the middle of their forehead and a little bit on their Cupid's bow on their top lip. This next item is probably my favorite. This is white concealer. I'm a fan of having a really light, bright eye, so I like to put this in my inner corner part of my under eyes. We have it in white here, but we also have it in light, which is also a really good concealer. What I've been using lately for powder is this LANCÔME translucent powder. It's a loose powder, and I just put a little bit into the cap and I apply under my eyes and really anywhere that I used concealer. But because we live in Florida, or I live in Florida, it gets really humid, so I do apply it all over. But you can really still see the Pearlizer highlight that I put on my cheekbones, I feel. Next, I'll be putting on some shadow. I do have a lot of shadows, but I generally reach towards my neutrals. Here, I'm going to start with the Sandstone Pearl for kind of like a base on my lid. I put it onto a little brush and then I apply it all over my lid, all the way up to my eyebrow, just to create that base for the rest of my shadow. The next shadow I'm going to use is Mocha Java. I smile because I've had it for so long, as you can see. I put it along my crease, and I had a little bit more on my brush than I thought. So I'm just going to go back in with my previous brush that had Sandstone Pearl on it, and I'm just going to kind of fix it, as you can see, and blend it out so it's not as harsh of a line. Next, I'm going to use Pink Posey. I'm just going to put a little bit right on the middle of my eyelid, just to give it a little bit of color. Next, I'm using Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. The first color I put all over my lid was just Sandstone Pearl, but this one is Shimmer, Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I just put it on my inner corners of my eye just to kind of give it a light and bright effect. The next thing that I use in my brows is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I like that it has a spoolie and that it's also a pencil, and then it's a retractable pencil. I use it in soft brown, and I really focus on my arch mostly, and then I go in and I fix my bottom line as well as my top line. So next I use our Eyesense eyeliner. It's an eyeliner pencil, and I use it in black, and I just put it along my top lash line, pushing it into where my lashes are. Next, I'm going to use our new 3-in-1 primer. It's a lash primer, so it's going to go on beige, but the formula in it is meant to lift and separate your lashes, creating a longer, fuller effect. Next, I use our Blushsense VolumeIntense mascara here, and it's in black, and I just apply all over the lash primer. It's going to make my lashes look longer, separated, and just a lot more volume to them. So the next thing that I'm using here is our translucent powder in Bronze Dust. I'm just going to put a little bit along my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit along my jawline. It really just gives an extra little bit of depth, I think, and a little bit more color to your makeup. Just like the other one, this is also a translucent powder that we have, but this one is in Silver Rose. It's a really pretty light pink with a little bit of like a silver sparkle to it. And I just apply over top of my other blush that I put on just to kind of like finish it. And whatever I have left over, I love to put on my lids just because it gives this really pretty, delicate pink sparkle to it. And if you've ever wondered what my natural hair looks like, this is it. And I'm going to finish this look off with our pink sand gloss. It's a really pretty subtle pink with little pink shimmers to it. It can be worn alone or on top of one of our lip sense colors. Okay guys, so that's it for this quick and easy look. All items are linked below. Thanks for watching. Bye.